Well, it was great to take the court again, and this time of year, it's just fun to improve, and you're looking for the next opportunity to continue to get better. I thought the team responded well to practice the last 2 days. We had a great third quarter the other night. The rest of the game was a little choppy and not probably the defensive effort we would have wanted, and so that was the challenge. Like I said, give the Lancers a ton of credit the other night, for sure. But today, I just liked our focus from the beginning. I thought we really executed well. We rebounded well. We didn't shoot the ball great to start the game, but when you're defending like that, ultimately, you'll gain momentum. The two sitting next to me created a lot of that momentum in the first half by being so aggressive and efficient, scoring the basketball and creating great opportunities. And, this is a team that has weapons all over the place. And when that ball is moving, it's really beautiful to watch. And I loved those stretches of this game where the ball moved freely, found the open shooter, and we knocked down shots. And if we didn't, we did such a great job on the boards that we created, extra opportunities, which I loved. And so, we missed Greg McCall today. Greg's a great guy, their head coach, and I thought Xavier did a great job, filling in for him, and loved his energy and hearing his voice over there. I know that's a unique situation for their team to be in today, but I thought they handled it well. And Vanessa Austin is special. We've been watching her since she was a freshman in high school, I think, out on the circuit, and so always been a fan of how hard she plays. And she was a handful for us inside, and that's a little bit of a precursor going forward for us into, who we're going to see this coming week. And so all of these lessons add up, and I liked the steps forward that we made today.
So, Coach, after this 3-game homestand, you've got all these new parts. Have you learned anything about this group after these 3 games that you maybe didn't know coming into the season?
Well, there's no way to predict how ready these two in our freshman class were going to be. There was, you see it in practice. I think one of the hallmarks of our program has been to create comfortable first-year players, whether it's a transfer or a first-year, a freshman. And so to see them compete the way that they did this week over these 3 games is really no surprise to me, but I didn't know that before. And so it was awesome to see them just settle in and do their thing. And that's what we ask them to do, just be you. Here's the system. It's not rocket science what we do. Play hard and be aggressive, and I loved seeing them execute and play and find their way already. And that's what we expect, and that's what they're delivering. And so that's been really special to see. Our Taya Adams, Emily Cotting are the same. I mean, they've had such great moments already through 3 games. And so I think what we've learned is that this is a deep team, with a lot of different looks that we can use. And that's a challenge, but it's a good challenge, for our coaching staff.
AJ, you come in as a freshman, and it would be natural to be somewhat hesitant to shoot, to be looking for an older teammate, looking to make the pass. You're coming in, and you look like you got the green light to shoot when you've got it. What's giving you the confidence to play like that?
We get the reps in practice. It's over and over and over, and, we have good competition. Playing against these older girls, they're making me better every day, and, coaches give us a lot of reps, and I know I'm ready to shoot with all that.
And Greta, you just all around, you do a little bit of everything. Do you think of yourself as a combo guard, a point guard, or just a guard?
Yeah, coming into this program, I told Scott that he can put me wherever he needs me, and I'll be able to step up. So I did a little bit of point today, and then, usually I'm on the wing, but, defensively, offensively, wherever I'm needed, I'm usually able to step up. So I feel like that's kind of my role on the team now, but, yeah.
For Greta and AJ, what's kind of been the biggest adjustment transitioning into the college game, you think, for you guys?
I'm sorry.
I gotta think. It's definitely faster, but I like playing that way. So, running with these girls is fun. Everyone's stronger and bigger, and luckily we have, our big post that we have inside, so that's nice. But it honestly hasn't been as hard as I thought, but it's a fun change.
For me, I would say it's attention to detail. there's just little room for error when it comes to just making mistakes and stuff. And you just have to, I don't know, even, like Scott's teaching us to see things we didn't see before, and it's crazy because it's just a whole new level to the game. So you don't realize how important those things are until you get in the game, or when we go against our scout team who's really good, super athletic, and they can, steal any pass. So just learning to pay attention to details, see different things has been a whole new change for me, but it's making me better.
For both you, AJ and Greta, you guys have played, 3 games here at home. You've got that feeling. Now you guys get ready to go out on the road. How important is it for you guys to get away from here and play in a different atmosphere? And how excited are you for that chance to maybe step away and do something different and be with your teammates, away from being home?
I can go, okay. I mean, playing teams like Michigan and Notre Dame, it's crazy because I've been dreaming of games like that ever since I was young. So it's more just exciting than it is like nerve-wracking. I'm just, really looking forward to the challenge and doing it with my team, and I think we're ready. We'll prepare next week for those teams, but it's going to be a really fun challenge.
And we're lucky to have the fans we do at Gill, so I think it'll be interesting to be on the other side of, crazy stadiums like that. So I'm excited for that.
Scott, for you, you always do this. You get a couple games at home and you get that chance to go on the road. The importance of this first road trip, and it's not an easy one, obviously, with Michigan and Notre Dame. What are you looking for out of this team to maybe take that next step as you go up against that kind of competition?
Yeah, I don't really care where we play or when, and that we talk a lot about that. It doesn't matter who, where, when, or what. When we're at home, of course, we're spoiled by Beaver Nation. When we're on the road, if there's a lot of people, it's fun to silence them, of course. It's fun to win on the road. There's nothing as rewarding as that. These are neutral site games. There's not going to be a crazy atmosphere, most likely. And so because of that, we did a lot of that last year, by the way. It's just another game to play, and it's the next one in the progression. And these teams, are the next level. These are Power 5 opponents that are going to help prepare us for conference. So what I'm looking for is just us to continue to get better and to rise to the challenge. And that's what this group's proven that they've done. And we're trying to, we're figuring things out. We've had a couple rough first halves in our first 2 games. Compared to our third quarters, then we regroup, and now we know what the game demands, and then they rise to it. And we've seen that in those 2 third quarters. Well, tonight, I thought it was most of the game. I mean, we had some stretches where we weren't quite as efficient offensively, but I thought the defensive intensity was relatively consistent, throughout. Our effort on the boards was consistent throughout, especially rotating so many people through. So now it's like, okay, next level. It's going to demand a little more perfection, a little more attention to detail. We're not going to be able to relax ever, and we're going to pay for every mistake we make. That's the beauty of this. That's the fun of it. So I'm looking forward to watching them step up. And as a staff, with 2 new members of our staff, preparing for back-to-back games it's rare in our sport, and so it happens right now, and then it happens in the Pac-12 tournament. Those 2 things. And so for us, it's good practice to prepare a team for 2 games in 2 days.
Aki was recognized today for what she's done. What has she done for this program leading up to it? And when, in your tenure here, she's been around it and supportive. And what has she meant to the program before, now that you're here? And how has she kind of helped you, through the course of the time that you've been here? What's she meant to you? Yeah,
thank you for asking. It was really special last night, watching Aki go into our Hall of Fame. And it really special to see all of her former players come and support her. There were 30 to 40. I mean, there were so many people. It was almost like that group rivaled the football team. Just how many people were there in support. And so that was special. That means she's glue to me. She is consistency throughout this program. When I was a student here, Aki was the coach. I knew some of the people that played for her, some of my friends in college, and I had classes with former basketball players here. And so it's been really cool to have Aki be a part of our program all these years now. In my 12th year, having her be a part of it from day one with me. And then seeing her alums come back and still feel like this is home. And she's made me feel, she welcomed me into the program, basically, because she, in large part, is the program. And so, I told a story at our tip-off dinner that I'll, briefly share. when I first got this job, it was the first half of July, so I'm on the job within my first 2 weeks, if not my first week, and I'm spinning. I mean, it's July. I don't have a staff. I haven't hired a person yet. It's me, a director or an operations person that the department assigned to me to help me. I might have met Elsara Greer, but it was just me. And that's how it felt anyway at the moment. And I'm like, what am I doing? What am I doing? And she came in and said, I'd like to meet you. And I'm like, oh my goodness, Aki Hill wants to meet with me. That was a big deal for this little D3 coach who's coming from, basically Siberia. And what she did in that 90-minute conversation was give me confidence and make me feel like I could do this job. And, she just looked at me and she says, after the conversation, she said, you're an Oregon State coach. And it gave me so much, I needed that. I had nothing but doubt in my abilities. Could I do this at this level? I had no reason to believe I could. I didn't know. I was going to try, though, and I knew that. And she spoke confidence into me, and she's continued to do that. She was with us in Seattle, traveled to the Pac-12 tournament in our Final Four year, and we're playing UCLA that night for the Pac-12 tournament championship. And she came in and just shared and actually took our team through this relaxation thing that just put everybody at ease, including me, and just spoke confidence into us that day. And we went out and we're up 27 at halftime. So Aki has had and continues to have a presence within this program. And it was so special to see her honored. To listen to her share last night was really special. And now she's where she should be, as one of the greats ever here at Oregon State. And so really feel fortunate to know her and to have her a part of things and to be influenced by her.
AJ, you had that moment where you made back-to-back threes, got the Coliseum fired up, and then there's a timeout. Your team kind of mobs you. What did that moment feel like as a freshman, getting this whole arena hyped up like they did?
There was so much going on. I was just like staring into the lights and I was like, no way that just went in, like in the same exact spot, But I have awesome teammates and that's just like a great feeling. They're so supportive and like I said, we've been practicing those shots like over and over every day and so it felt good.